Welcome to the Utah Street Banter Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Utah Street Banter. I'm Cody Jones, like always, here with Elijah.
Well, not like always.
Yeah.
Like last week.
Yeah, last week, if you guys were with us, you noticed that Elijah skipped out on us.
I got slightly older and grew some facial hair.
Yeah. Did you hear me? I said that to Brad. He went, oh, thanks, okay. Yeah, that's funny. So, I said that you were on vacation.
Yeah.
What was going on?
Well, my parents decided to take a trip to Nashville. Don't know why Nashville's picked, but I enjoyed it. It just happened to be CMA Fest. So got to see a lot of different concerts.
It looked fun.
Made Cody really jealous. Went to the Grand Ole Opry a couple times. Got to see Lainey Wilson inducted into the Opry. Garth Brooks was there, so that made Cody jealous. So got to listen to one of the greatest country artists of all time, Uncle Kracker.
Uncle Kracker, yeah.
Who
you make me smile, you know?
Well, the one thing that I didn't know about him is apparently he's friends with Kid Rock, which does fit.
Yeah, that looks.
But he co-wrote All Summer Long, the song by Kid Rock.
Oh, yeah.
The parody of.
Yeah,
so
I didn't know
that was pretty cool to see him. I got a free cowboy hat from Dr. Pepper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The doctor.
The Dr. Pepper.
Wow.
Who recently took over as the number 2 soda in the world.
I did see that over Pepsi.
Over Pepsi. Which
Wow. That's a hit.
Yeah. I also obviously had to get my baseball intake while I was gone, so I got to see the Nashville Sounds play, which is the AAA team for the Brewers who are in Nashville, and got to see our old friend Peyton Burdick there, who recently was DFA'd not too long ago. Sadly, I was his only fan, I think, and my parents kept making fun of me because he went 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts.
Typical ex-Oriole.
Yeah, so that was great. But you know who else was on the roster, Cody? Austin Wynns. Great Orioles catcher.
Yeah. What was he on our team for? A season or two?
Season or two. Yeah, he didn't play much.
Yeah.
He was in the dark years.
Thank God, yeah, the dark.
He's one of the ones he played for us. He sure did.
What was the starting catcher,
Pedro Severino, who immediately left us and got suspended for PEDs on the Brewers.
Right.
I remember that.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know really how much.
That really proves to you that steroids. You also need a lot more talent.
That proves to you how bad the Orioles were. You were on steroids and they didn't check you. They couldn't tell.
They were giving you the steroids. Hey, help this team out. That's funny. But it sounds like you had a good time, though.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. I'm glad to be back, though, so I can talk some more Orioles baseball.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, let's go ahead. We'll jump in real quick to some box scores, and we got some fun things to talk about today, I think. So make sure you stick with us. Jumping right in on... we'll do June 3rd, okay, since that's our podcast came out last week on June 3rd, but we didn't know what happened. We couldn't tell the future. But June 3rd, the Orioles played the Blue Jays, and luckily we took that one and we won 7-2. Pretty great way to start that series. Grayson Rodriguez starts this game, and he pitched well. I mean, he did good. He gave up, 2 runs through 5 and 2/3. Did really well. Can't really ask him to do anything more.
Yeah, no, the bullpen held it down solid, too, after he came out. Our offense came out banging, scored 7 runs, obviously. But the one thing that you can always note here is that we got to play against a former Oriole. Beat him up a little bit, but not too bad, I guess. Kevin Gausman.
And that trade we were just talking about off air was with the Braves when we got rid of Gausman, and that was during the that season where it was pretty sad because the Orioles started getting rid of everybody, and Gausman and O'Day was 2 of the pieces that we gave.
Yeah, Gausman and O'Day went to the Braves for Norfolk Tide pitcher who's frequented the Baltimore Orioles locker room, Bruce Zimmerman.
Yeah.
And also Dodgers high leverage reliever Evan Phillips.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
2 other guys.
Wait, couldn't we use Evan Phillips right now?
That would be great.
Moving on the next day, we play our second game of the series against the Blue Jays, and we stay hot. We win 10-1, and that's one of those games where Corbin Burns got some run support again.
Finally.
Yeah, I mean, gotta love it. The beginning of the year, that's one thing he wasn't getting. And here lately, luckily, we've been able to score some runs for him. Yeah. Jacob Webb came in, shut it down, did great. Vespi came in, your boy, came in, did well. This is a win against a good Blue Jays. A good Blue Jays reliever that started pitching this game named Trevor Richards. They did a bullpen game. Luckily, Trevor Richards only pitched 2 innings because he didn't give up a hit. Through 2 innings, he struck out 4. Then luckily they brought in their bullpen and we just started hammering off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
which Blue Jays have statistically the worst bullpen of all baseball, so it's a good thing we did get to them. But the one thing you obviously always have to talk about, I feel like, with the Blue Jays, specifically in Rogers Center, even more than Camden Yards, is Ryan Mountcastle loves Canada.
boy, doesn't he?
And I have his stats up here. So in 58 career games against the Blue Jays, he's batting a 309
Okay.
with 69 hits, 17 home runs, 48 RBIs, and 37 runs scored.
Jeez.
That's a OPS of 960.
Yeah.
So let's just put that in perspective. If he could play the Blue Jays, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Let's go.
and this year he's done significantly worse than ever before.
Right.
He's only averaging like 1 or 2 hits a game.
Yeah, but it's trash.
I know. Get rid of him.
And then, Rutschman's, just like you said earlier, Rutschman's been crushing it too.
He's been statistically better than Mountcastle against the Blue Jays, just in like 20 or 30 less games.
Right.
But
yeah.
And then Norby, he got called up right before this game because Mateo obviously got sent to the injured list, which is something unfortunate, and the way it happened, you never want to see.
Right.
Got bonked on the head by
But
Mullins.
if you have a chance and you haven't seen that video, that's pretty crazy. That's sort of one of those things that
That's a 2019 Orioles.
Well, now you always see that in like Little League, like some kid, and that kid would be like get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's crazy. Man.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say he got benched because of that, Mullins did, but he just got benched because he's bad. But we'll talk more about Mullins later. I don't like him right now. But he got his first hit, a home run. His family was in the crowd. It's just, I mean, what a week for the kid. His birthday was this week too. I mean, the only thing that sucks for him is he might have had trouble getting that ball back.
Yeah, but he did. Yeah. Moving on to the next game. So real quick, before we jump in, this is where I thought we were gonna just do great against this this Blue Jays series. I was really excited because the game literally wasn't that the games really weren't that close, and then the Orioles just had nothing else going for them. Yeah. The next game we go, Albert Suarez pitched, did well, goes 5 innings, gives up 2 earned, strikes out 4, but doesn't get the loss here. But we don't get the win. We lose 3-2 against Jose Barrios, and yeah, I was just sort of a bummer game to lose. It just seemed like we were never gonna score throughout this. Like once we got the 2 runs, it was just like nothing was going on the rest of this game.
No, I mean Barrios should be an all-star this year. He's a great pitcher, and I mean he showed it. The Blue Jays just held on barely, and they kept the score close. And
yeah,
I mean Kimbrel had that throwing error.
Yeah, it's a first base pickoff. That really just.
My favorite name to say in baseball, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, walked it off. Former Yankee, Texas Ranger, and Minnesota Twin.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, that did suck. But we don't like to talk about losses here. But moving on to one more loss, because we split this series, everybody. We lose to the Blue Jays again 6-5. The big story here, though, was Cade Povich getting called up the night before to come and pitch this game. Didn't do terrible. The stats kind of lie to you. Well, they don't lie to you. It's true. But it's just, so anyway, he goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 6 earned, 4 walks. That was the issue. And 2 strikeouts. But the home run to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was really the big one.
Yeah,
right?
I think he allowed 2 statistically hard hit balls all game, and unfortunately one of those was the home run. I was watching the game, and I wasn't able to watch it all because I was on vacation, but the first part that I did watch was before he gave up the home run,
right.
And he was surprising me. He had a couple at bats that he took a while to get through because he get in like these 0-2 counts and then throw 3 straight balls.
Right.
His fastball velocity is surprisingly low, but it looks faster because it rides. But he was struggling with the command. He kind of lost his curveball early in. Because if you looked at some of the charts of his striking balls, his curveball, I think anybody that's a pitcher knows the feeling when you just don't have your curveball and it's just flying off the top of your hand and just floating in like head high basically every time. That's what was happening. And what really sucks for him is that he came and pitched against one of the most right-handed dominant offensive lineups in baseball. 8 of the 9 batters he faced were right-handed batters, and he's a lefty pitcher, so it's kind of a struggle there. And it hurts because one of his best pitches is his sweeper, and he only throws it against lefties. So it's one of those hard things. It's a hard game to come into. Still, they're not doing good this year, but they're still a good lineup. Right. A lot of good hitters. And I think I don't take any. This is I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
He's going to be good.
Yeah.
He's not been sent down yet, so I think that's a good sign.
Right.
But
I think here's a stat that is weird. So apparently this season, if Rutschman hits 2 bombs, we're losing the game.
Yeah.
He did that earlier this season, and then this game too, he hits 2 home runs. We lose 6.
Both of which were against the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
The one thing I do want to talk about offensively for this game is that we did show some fight here.
Right.
We had the 2 Rutschman home runs, and then I was talking to you about it earlier. Is Ryan O'Hearn is slowly becoming one of my favorite players in the Orioles. I love him, and he comes in with 1 runner on. I think that was when Hayes got hit by pitch, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Hayes of course got hit in the ribs. That never feels good. Yeah. But I don't know why I act like I played Major League Baseball. I've been hit in the ribs before, probably like 65. Yeah. Not getting hit by a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but right. O'Hearn comes in. He's our best lefty player on the bench this game, and just smokes one.
Right.
It's the way that he pinch hits is impressive to me because, that's a difficult thing to do. I'd have to imagine. I'd have to imagine coming into a Major League game cold, only getting some BP swings in the cages in the clubhouse. I can't imagine that's easy. And he's kind of shown that he will get on base.
He's crushing it.
I mean, he came in with 2 outs against a really good reliever and hit a bomb.
Yeah.
Obviously, it sucks because Stowers came up next, which was our other lefty on the bench, and struck out. Yeah. But I don't really know what else you can do. I like the fight, but it came too late.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then we go to Tampa Bay, and we get to play the Rays here. This is on June 7th, and we end up winning this game 6-3. Huge win for us, I felt like, because after going 2-2 against the Blue Jays, you really could see the ball going either way here. Yeah. You know what I mean? So trying to make sure that we kind of stay on top of things because, guys, I don't know if you realize the Yankees don't lose. So we got to keep it going.
Only against the not cream of the crop.
Yeah, right. But this game here, we have Cole Irvin pitching, and I always get nervous when he pitches. Of course, Elisha doesn't because he's Randy
my
Johnson.
Full faith.
Right. So pitched great again. I don't know. So, guys, I'm very I don't know what I want to say, but I don't want to say I believe in him because then it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go
stick with.
I'm gonna be like, dude, you know what? He's legit. Let's go. And next week I come and say, guys,
CL or giving up 5 home runs.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. But anyway, he did great. He went 5, like I said, 5 2/3, gives up 3 runs, but only 2 earned. The biggest thing I saw here was the pitch count. He gave up 8 hits, but 6 strikeouts and 5 2/3. We'll take that all day. He went against the the former Guardian, Aaron Savali? Right?
Yeah,
right.
So, and that's that trade. I feel like I've said it before. I know for a fact on here is that trade messed up the starting pitching market so much. Mm-hmm. Aaron Savali is not that good of a pitcher, and they gave up last year. The Rays did one of their top prospects, Kyle Manzardo.
Yeah.
It still baffles me how the Guardians robbed them of that.
This right here, guys, this game here is really, take away that we're recapping box scores right now. This game right here really shows you how important, in my opinion, Jacob Webb can be to the Baltimore Orioles. He goes 1 1/3, and does great, gives up a hit, but if Jacob Webb can be that middle relief pitcher that we need right now, I think it's so important. Because man, he's when he's good, he's great.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But when he's bad, I mean, you know it before the 3 batter mark.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So the problem is most of the time you don't have time.
Yeah.
To realize that. Yeah. So and another thing that I really like to see is since last time we spoke, and especially since last time you were on the podcast, the Santander has really started to jump off.
He's on a hot streak, finding his way.
So in this game, he gets his 13th. Mountcastle obviously is killing it. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of fun to watch. Really good Orioles baseball.
No, and the one other thing I'd like to note about this is that the Orioles not only lead MLB in home run, we have the second best home run hitter in baseball behind Aaron Judge, which he's just going to hit home run after home run. But before this game, I saw something, and it was that the Orioles had the most players with 10-plus home runs. Oh, wow. We were the only team with 4 10-plus home runs, which was Rutschman, Mountcastle, Santander, and Gunnar. And then this game, Westberg hit his 10th, and we moved from not only first, even farther up the list with 5 now with Westberg. And O'Hearn's close behind. I could see this time next week we could have 6, which is crazy to think that you have 6 of your 9 everyday starters having 10+ home runs.
That's amazing. Yeah. And then even though Kimbrel got the loss a few games ago before this, he comes and gets the save in this game. So pretty great. Anyway, moving on here again, we're against the Rays again because this is a 4-game series. I was telling Elijah, here's something that shouldn't exist in Major League Baseball. It's a 4-game series.
Or a 4-game series that goes into Monday.
Yeah, it goes on to, yeah, right. So it's just, man, we don't need to watch same people for 4 games unless we're playing like the A's. Well, actually, not this year. They won that.
Play the Yankees and we win.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Right. In this game, Orioles win 5-0 against the Rays. Kyle Bradish gets the start and looks absolutely amazing, especially off the last start he had where he struggled. He comes right back, crushes it. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit. When did that hit come?
Yeah, it was a pretty annoying hit. First batter of the game, Yandy Diaz is up, and he just spikes right in the ground, a little drip, basically swinging bunt.
Right.
And
that's,
there's nothing else. It's one of those plays that you're just, what are you supposed to do about it?
Right.
And yeah, that was all the only, not just hit, only base runner allowed up until the 9th inning with 2 outs.
Yeah, Sanel Perez. And you know what's crazy to me is watching this game, we're facing Taj Bradley. He gets the loss in this game. He was good. And, looking at his stats, like, Taj Bradley is a decent pitcher. He's had some very unlucky stuff come through.
Like former top prospect and everything. Yeah. He has potential to be an ace.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing that got me here is the Orioles score against Taj Bradley, who obviously has a 5.17 ERA, so he's not crushing it, but did well. The other one was we also faced a really, really good relief pitcher named Jason Adam, and we score 1 on him too. I just like when we face the really good talented pitchers and we succeed. This is another Ryan home run game too for you.
He's just great.
Yes, I know.
I mean, that's what the offense definitely had an interesting day here. You had O'Hearn had the home run, I believe, in the 3rd or 4th inning.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back, this is honestly what impressed me more. This was the Ryan O'Hearn game, in my opinion, is that home run later scorches a single, steals second base, which is, anytime you see like a first baseman DH stealing second, it's beautiful to watch.
Right.
And then
is that because that was you?
Yes. I didn't steal though. They knew better.
Yeah. It's not fair to everybody.
And then scored on a Westberg triple,
right?
Which is just like, wait to, like, I mean, obviously you scored anyway, but still great. And then obviously Gunnar had his 20th home run, which didn't really matter at that point, but it was insurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it helped keep like Kimbrel out or Cano.
True. Yeah. Moving on to Sunday, Grayson Rodriguez is on the mound against Zach Littell. Sorry guys. And Sunday was a great day to be an Orioles fan, everybody. You know who also was a great day for? To be Adley freaking Rutschman. I would love to have been him. My man has, 6 RBIs.
Career high.
Career high. Now, he had a grand slam, so that helps a lot.
2nd grand slam of the season.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he hit one a while ago against the Royals.
Wow. Well, he was 3 for 5. Did amazing. The game was still a little tight up until that grand slam. I mean, not super.
Well, I mean, it helps when you score 4 runs at runs.
Yeah, right. Grayson Rodriguez had a decent game, a good game. He had a good game.
Yeah.
He went 5 2/3, gave up 2 earned, 6 strikeouts, brought his ERA down to a 3.27. Hey, everybody, Grayson Rodriguez is 7-2 with a 3.27 ERA. This is a guy that at this time last year was sent back to the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Right,
and we all were begging for him to get sent down.
Right, so it's never super, like, if you watch the game, it's never super beautiful.
Yeah.
But I don't give a crap because I love, like, when he jumps off the mound, he's like, let's go. But yeah, so I mean, Orioles, we did really game on the what should have been a 3-game series. We are currently recording on Monday. June 10th, and obviously we're finishing a weird series up today, and so next week we'll go over that. I can tell you that it's pretty awesome that Gunnar hits a leadoff home run. So pretty awesome. But so like I said, what a series. I mean, even if somehow we do lose tonight, we had a great series. I mean, anytime you can go and win 3 and a 4-game series will do great. Everybody, you know what else helped us? The stinking Los Angeles Dodgers have helped us a little bit by almost sweeping the Yankees to help us in the standings to pull them up. And you know what I keep telling myself, though, even though I was such a Dodgers fan over the weekend, I never thought I'd say that. it's really meaningless.
Yeah.
Because like we're so far out. Like we just gotta, it's sort of.
You just gotta hope we can sweep them.
You just take care of
That's
yourself.
all we can do.
Take care of yourself. Win 2 out of 3. Win 3 out of 4.
Don't lose
your bad series. If you have a bad series, win 1, and then spread them out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just, man, everybody I know, there's Orioles fans out here that are like me, that every time we lose one game, we think the sky is falling.
Yeah.
And it's just what we're used to.
I feel like as a collective, the Orioles fans, we're still just kind of waiting for the bottom to fall out.
Right.
We're just waiting for it to happen where we're about to go. We're in a gauntlet right now of our schedule, and we're just waiting to go lose 7 to 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but
everybody, say we lose 7 out of 10. Say that happens. We're still like 5 games in a wild card, but we're up in the wild card.
Yeah.
Go look at your standings. It's the Yankees. So it's Orioles and Yankees, obviously.
Yes.
But guys, it's Orioles and Yankees in the whole American League. Like the entire league. The
Guardians are doing good.
Well, yeah, but we won't have to worry about that because they're going to win the division, even though you don't think so. But so it's one of those things where, so guys, also remember we won 103 games last season, and we got swept in the playoffs. We just need to make it to the playoffs. Let this team show us what they can do.
Yeah.
I'm excited because Mullins throughout that Rays series kind of gets back on track. He was a 3-hit day. Was that what it was? Or 2 or 3 hit day. He had a triple. Everybody, all the post game shows were showing the triple and how he's back. It's a diving missed catch.
Yeah.
Okay, he triple.
I'll
take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
I think we'll mention Mullins a little bit later. I have some grievances with him.
Yes.
The one thing I do like to note, and this has nothing really to do with the series, just Orioles in general, is that it's great to see. Do you know who's on the broadcast right now for the Orioles?
Yes, Ryan Roberts, dude.
Yeah.
I love that, and he's doing great. And and then Brad Brock.
Yeah, Brad Brock is on for the Toronto.
I love that.
Yeah,
I mean,
great seeing these more behind.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there's one thing I could ask for more. I just want to see more Adam Jones because he was in London at the because I was watching it on the plane ride back to Baltimore. I was watching the game because Southwest has their free Wi-Fi stuff, and that was on the live TV they had. And they're just showing through the crowd of all the different people they have. They have a whole bunch of Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard, all these Phillies legends, all these Mets legends, and then just Adam Jones is there for no reason at all.
Yeah, he's just he lives
everywhere.
He lives over there. I think he lives in Argentina. No, I can't.
He lives in America.
No, he doesn't. No, he was full. Everybody, don't listen to him. He was full time over in Europe. I promise this. If you don't believe me, go and follow the Adam Jones podcast, but make sure you listen to us still. Because he'll tell you that he lives over there.
Huh.
Anyway, yeah, I'm a stalker.
I didn't know that.
I'm a stalker.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey, if anybody watches us, just know that Cody just hit Elijah with a stat.
I don't know if that's a stat.
Oh, I got stat. I life stats, man. It's life stats.
Oh, okay. Okay, how about this?
Okay.
How about this stat? I'll tell one. I was going to skip it because we missed it, but I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
This past game that we played when we won 9-2, only game in Orioles history that there was 3 triples and a grand slam in the same game.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say that stat, too.
No, you weren't.
Yeah,
you only saw it because
you wrote it on. I should have pulled that out. I should have stole.
I would have called you out. I would have called you out.
Oh man! All right, let's move on. So we're all done with those box scores.
I think this is where I take over.
This is where you take over. Let's hear your little stats here, and I'll.
Well, it's not stats. This is more just okay. So I'm gonna take us.
Elijah and his crazy theories.
I'm gonna take us. This isn't theories. This is just me stating
facts.
I'm going to take us on a trip down to the farm. Everybody hop on the tractor, and we're heading down.
Sit on those hay bales.
Sit on the hay bales. We're heading to Norfolk. It's going to be a long drive.
Yeah, right.
But we're heading to Norfolk. So with Kate Povich being called up, there's a lot of shakeups and different things that can start to happen. So the Tides lost their ace. He was killing it this year. And the Orioles lost the bullpen spot. Because currently we're running a 6-man rotation, and that means when they have 7 and not 8 men in the bullpen. Which, this is what I take it as. If we were going to call Povich up for this one start to allow everyone to get that extra day's of rest, specifically Bradish, he would have been gone by now, I think.
Right.
He would have already been sent down. So I see this as either long-term or maybe till Dean Kramer comes off the IL, semi-long-term. I don't know. He's at least going to make one more start. I know that for a fact, which is scary because it's going to be against the Braves. But he's going to make another start. And that means that we're going to be running with a 7-man bullpen, but we can't call up Nick Vespi. Nick Vespi's done. We've used 3.
Poor dude.
So I don't know how many people know how optioning and calling people back up works in minor league baseball, but you get 5 options a year. He's already been optioned 3 times, and it's the beginning of June. That could put us in a bind, and that means that you could see someone getting DFA'd down the road.
Right.
That doesn't hurt us now, but down the road it will.
Right.
But you also have a thing that when you get optioned, you can't come back up to the major league team for 15 days unless there's an injury, which you saw happen when Mateo got injured. He's who we called up originally.
Right.
Because his 15 days weren't up. So we won't be able to call him back up till the 21st of June, and we could only call him up 2 more times with optioning him out, without DFAing him. So that's kind of crazy, which I love. Nick Vespi, if you're listening to this, I know you're not, but I love him. He's been this man for the past 2 years, basically just getting sent up and down and up and down and up and down. Yeah. And it's kind of, you feel for him.
You wonder, too, if it's one of those things where the next guy might be Julio Teheran.
Yeah.
Would we just sign him back?
Don't go look at his ERA.
No, God, for the Mets. Oh, my gosh.
No. His ERA for the Tide.
Oh, really?
He's had 1 appearance, and I'm pretty sure it was 15 plus.
Yeah, so you wonder if he's going to get a shot there.
I think he'd be someone easy just to bring up.
Yeah.
And kind of like Thiago Vieira, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Just DFA him.
Right. Because why would you have signed him if that's not your plan? You wouldn't sign a guy.
They're going to call Kate Povich up and need another starter in AAA.
Yeah, but couldn't just go get
Julio Teheran is the go get. That is what you go get when you need just someone.
All right, maybe you're right. But I'm just sitting here going, maybe there's a young guy, free agent. How our management does. They go and you'll see a trade with the.
Let's also
some crazy team with a guy you've never heard of.
This is the same management that signed Matt Harvey after he was convicted of selling and giving away opioids. So
a guy has to make a living.
He killed someone, Cody.
Oh dang!
That's how Tyler Skaggs died.
Oh. Well. Scratch that, everybody. I didn't know that. And I was kidding about the whole guy got to make a living. That's crazy.
Someone died because
I do remember Tyler Skaggs, but I didn't put that too.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. Yeah, I don't know I think it was around the time he was done with the Orioles is when that came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, Matt Hart, he wasn't terrible with us.
No, I saw him in Tampa Bay.
Did you?
I went to the Trop and saw him. But okay, back to what
we went down a rabbit hole. Everybody,
really out of here. That's how normal conversations between me and Cody go. Cody will be asking me to help him work or something like that, and we'll somehow end up on Matt Harvey selling opioids.
Yeah.
But okay, back to standout pitchers in our Norfolk. Sorry, guys.
Woo.
But I have 3 pitchers down here that I could see getting called up in the near future at some point. One's a starter, 2 are relievers. So our other one I think is kind of obvious, Chase McDermott. He's a 3.57 ERA, 1.50 WHIP, and a 230 average against.
I can't believe he didn't get called up. I'm surprised they picked Povich over.
Povich has been doing better. I think that's really all it came down to.
You think so? Okay.
I think either one of them, which let's also, I don't think we've mentioned this before. Chase McDermott, Kate Povich are 2 of our top pitching prospects. We didn't draft either one of them.
Yeah.
Kate Povich, who obviously just made that was Jorge. That may be the best trade in Orioles history.
Yeah.
Jorge Lopez for Yennier Cano and Kate Povich.
Right.
It's a steal.
And now my man doesn't even have a glove.
Well, I feel for him there. He got misunderstood and everything happened.
If you were a 12-year-old and you threw your glove into the fans.
Well, I'm not talking about the glove part. The reason he but he was because he said he
thought he got misinterpreted.
The worst teammate, but he was saying,
hey, everybody,
he's the worst.
We're running down the rabbit hole again.
Sorry. But McDermott, so he's been doing good. I think if we need another starter before Kramer comes back, I think he'd be a nice spot start.
Yeah.
If we need reliever help, we have Matt Crook and Tucker Davidson. They both have 2.8 ERAs basically, and Tucker Davidson's the 35 and a third inning. Matt Crook's done 22 and a third.
So are you telling me we could have 2 guys on our team, one named Gunner and one named Tucker?
Yeah.
Man, that's the best redneck
Tucker.
Hey, we got Gunner and here we got Tucker. He's on the mound. He's doing a heck of a job.
Yeah. Or someone named Crook.
Crook, yeah.
But I really like Matt Crook. I know in my preseason predictions, I thought he had a chance of cracking the opening roster. Obviously, he's still in the minor leagues, but I think he'd be a nice one. That he has some filthy stuff. Gotcha. On the offensive side, I think it's a little bit more obvious. Kerstad's killing it. Holiday's still doing good. These 2 names I have here are a little bit not as well known. Daniel Johnson's been killing it.
Yeah.
He's batting .301 with a .920 OPS. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He can play center field. So I could see if Stowers stays down and is still hurt, he could be someone you call up for like 3 days and send back down. Because the only problems, I think they want Stowers for his bat and his defensive versatility, and Johnson would be able to give that over Kjerstad.
Yeah.
And then Billy Cook can play all outfield positions and first and second base.
Yeah.
And he's batting 280 with an 802 OPS.
You almost wonder if Billy Cook would be one of those guys that if something happened, like a trade or anything with Urias, if Billy Cook's that guy that comes up,
I think
like he's not a guy that's going to get an everyday at bat, but he can give you a little bit.
I could see Cook starting for the Rockies next year. Well, that's like you could see like Billy Cook, Daniel Johnson. Those
Our entire AAA can start for the Rockies next year.
I'm pretty sure our entire AAA would be better than the Rockies. Which is actually, it's surprising though, because I feel like I didn't even realize this till the other day. The Tides aren't doing as good as they were last year. Their record's not as good.
Yeah,
but it's because I guess half their team last year is now playing on the Orioles.
That's true.
That probably would help.
Yeah.
But so just some names that I think we should all watch. But I have a little bit more of a fun bridge here that we can cross.
Yeah, I mean, if people don't realize this, the All-Star voting has started, and to how do you feel about fan votes? Please.
So I know I was talking to you about this before because you weren't aware of the one thing that was happening. I think we're getting dangerously close to fan voting not being a thing anymore.
Okay.
I don't know how many people watching this are involved on Instagram and Twitter and stuff with some of the different weirder baseball accounts, I guess, is the ones spreading this. I don't personally agree with this, but people are trying to vote for Martin Maldonado, which last time I checked, he's batting .076 on the season.
Jeez.
Not doing good. But people are voting for him, and I think if he gets a substantial amount of votes, that may move the MLB to get rid of fan voting.
Yeah, and I don't think it would be like tragic.
No,
I don't think anybody's everyone. I will not be watching baseball.
Fan voting is already gone for bench players and pitchers, and so and it's already a thing. You can't vote for the starting pitcher.
Right.
So I think you could even see it maybe do players, execs. You could do like players and former players maybe.
Oh, I would like the former players. That's cool.
Oh, well, that's what. Don't get me on former players. I don't think the Hall of Fame voting is the right way either. I think former players should all be voting for that too, because they know better than anyone who's good. But say you have players and former players do it, and you take maybe the top 2 options and leave the top 2 up to a fan vote. Because I mean, that's normally how it goes. Is you'll see towards the end, it's really just between 2 people. Because
why don't you just have fan vote do the home run derby?
Or that. Well, then you would have like all of them be Yankees.
Yeah, but then you don't watch it.
You would have Anthony Volpe in the home run derby or something like that. That's why I don't want fan vote though, because they
don't want any of it.
I don't want Anthony Volpe to be the starting shortstop for the American League, because he's not.
I don't know, dude. I watch MLB Network, and
That's
apparently,
apparently
he's the best shortstop in all of baseball.
No, obviously, there's not like 3 shortstop better than American League. And like, I'm not trying to discredit him. He's fine. He's good, but he's not better than Gunnar Henderson or Bobby.
Put him on the Oakland A's. Do we even know who he is?
Put him on the Oakland A's. He's Zach Geloff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and Zach Geloff's a good ball player.
I love Zach Geloff.
Right.
And that's the problem is I don't know if Zach Geloff will make that the All-Star team, but he probably should. His stats are good.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's healthy now.
Brent Rooker's probably gonna be the only A's that makes it. And on Mason Miller will probably make it too. But so
can you imagine there's gonna be 3 A's? There's a time when the Orioles barely have 1 person.
Remember when our lone All-Star was Jorge Lopez?
And then we traded him.
And then we got another All-Star reliever.
Let's go.
That's what I have a couple players here that I think are pretty obvious, just who I believe should start the All-Star game. This is just starting. They 100% should make it, but these are who should start it. Adley Rutschman, which he's going up against. I have 3 main contenders, really only 1 though. Ryan Jeffers has been good. I don't think he'll gain enough traction, and he's really kind of only slug. That's his only thing. He's the same as someone I'll talk about later, Josh Naylor. Connor Wong is doing really good, like second best player on the Red Sox this year.
Right.
Amazing.
Right.
And then Salvador Perez. I think that's the main competition. And I will give it. Salvador Perez has slightly better stats than Adley. I think this is purely popularity at this point between those 2.
Okay.
Which I hope Rutschman could pull through, because I would like to assume Adley is pretty popular. But he has 2.5 WAR compared to 1.9 with Salvi. He's played in less games, but all his counting stats are better. And OBP, slug, OPS, OPS plus, Salvi has a very slight edge on him. I think that one's going to be close, but I think it should be Rutschman. Ryan Mountcastle should start 100%. He's easily the best first baseman in all of the American League. For some reason, Josh Naylor is being thrown around, and I think that's ridiculous. Josh Naylor has more home runs, RBIs, stolen bases than Mountcastle. Mountcastle has way better batting average, OBP slug, OPS, and OPS plus.
Gotcha. So Naylor, the reason why he's probably having the casual baseball fan looks at the home runs, RBIs.
But this is also what I say. I feel like casual baseball fans take into consideration batting average more than anything. He's batting at 220.
Yeah, a 220.
His on base is good. I think he walks a lot. He's got 305 on base, but it's still Mountcastle, and his Mountcastle's defense is really good.
Right.
But
okay,
we'll see. And then Gunnar.
Yeah, Gunnar.
I'm gonna be honest. Gunnar might just be the hopeless Oriole on me because Bobby Witt Jr. is pretty good.
Bobby Witt is good. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll be upset if Mountcastle or Rutschman don't start. I think if Henderson doesn't start, I won't be upset though, because I think you could go either way.
Right. Yeah.
And then some other names I think should be all-stars: Rhino, Hearn, Jordan Westburg, and Corbin Burns.
Right. I think Corbin Burns has to be. He has had a loss all season.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah. So. But I mean, I don't think wins and losses really matter that much.
I know. To me, they do. I like him.
But I think he's a really good pitcher.
Yeah.
He's a top 5 pitcher in the American League.
Yeah, he's doing good pitching. I mean, I'd be honest with you, it feels like the entire Orioles staff has been good lately.
Well, they have been. You want me to tell you about that?
Let's hear it.
So, as a unit, our entire pitching staff has a 3.20 ERA,
nice.
Which you might not realize, but that's pretty dang good. There's only 2 teams ahead of us in that: the Yankees and Phillies,
the 2 best teams.
The 2 best teams in baseball. Right. The 2 teams with a better record than us.
Yeah.
So Cody, you say, when you hear that, what do you think the average Orioles fan says? Oh, that's probably our starters.
Yeah.
Corbin Burns doing really good, but our bullpen's terrible.
Yeah, Burns and Grayson and Cole Irvin.
Yeah, our bullpen has a 3.32 ERA.
That's surprising.
So that's a 0.02 higher than our team.
That's very surprising.
So that means that our bullpen ERA is basically identical to our starters ERA.
Yeah, that's impressive.
We're 4th in MLB behind the Guardians, another team that's just as good as us record-wise,
right.
And the Yankees, and then the Dodgers.
Right.
So you'd say, oh, that's pretty good company. Well, why are we that good? Well, Danny Coulomb, he's been just nails. Off the wall, amazing. 2.42 ERA. That's the 5th lowest ERA among left-handed relievers. He's killing it.
And he's fun to watch, dude. He's like falling all over the mound.
He's my favorite reliever on our team to watch.
I tell you, everybody, after you get done watching this podcast, make sure you go on YouTube and just search Orioles mic'd up and find one with Danny Coulom's mic'd up, and it's just hilarious.
He's a really funny guy, great guy.
Yeah. When he was trying to teach Koji last year English, Fuji. I went Koji Yohara for a second. When he taught,
he was an Orioles pitcher.
Yeah. When he he was trying to teach Fuji, and Fuji was trying to teach him. Oh, it's hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, he's just been great.
Yeah.
You can't really ask for more from him. Like 2.42. That's, I mean, it's not Felix obviously, but it's what you're gonna. I mean, if you get that, you're happy.
Absolutely.
And then Cano's just been terrible. He's a 2.48 ERA. But
he's been good.
Really, what hurts him is he just always seems to let the first runner on.
Yeah.
Which is why he can't be a closer. But I was telling you this. I was just looking at random stats. I was waiting for you to be ready, and saw that he's given up 4 home runs on the year, 2 of which have been on the first pitch from that bat. And if you get to a 2-2 or a full count against him, you're basically either getting walked or out. He's given up, I think, like 10 hits on like 0-2, 2-2, 1-2 counts. Like if you get 2 strikes, you're done.
Right.
So I think really just what struggles with him is his command.
Right.
Obviously, it doesn't hurt him too much. I mean, even Kimbrel's been doing really good. I think we're starting to see this bullpen form out to more how we hoped it would be and how it was kind of towards the beginning of the year. Kimbrel, the clear closer, Cano, the setup guy, and then like a Danny Coulomb and Jacob Webb as that more middle relief, high leverage guys. It's great to see. I feel like especially me and you, we're always talking about how bad our bullpen is, and how, like I was listening to the last podcast, you and Brad were talking about how we just need to go out and get these relievers, and even the last episode I was on, I was going for relievers we could trade for. You can't really make it that much better.
Yeah.
When your worst guy in the bullpen is Dylan Tate or Keegan Aiken, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I still would like to add a...
Oh, no, I'm not.
But
if we could get into Emmanuel Clase or Evan Phillips, anybody, I'd still take it because they'd still be better than our worst guys. But it's just, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world if we don't get it. Whereas if you'd asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have.
Yeah.
Another thing I would just like to say that I noticed about pitchers that you guys talked about last time, that you did take a shot at me about Trevor Bauer. I still don't want him.
I know.
I still don't want him. I
I do.
I mean, okay, there's stuff I won't get into on the podcast, but it's just stuff that he did
I don't care.
that he wasn't convicted. But I mean, when 6 women come to say something against you,
It's all baseball every plate. So you got to.
well, there's a lot that goes on outside of that.
He's not allowed outside of that.
He just
lives in the stadium. He has a room.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. There's a reason the Dodgers weren't too sad to get rid of him when everything happened. But yeah, that's enough for that. It looks like he's gonna stay with that.
Speaking of somebody that you really love, let's talk about Cedric Mullins for a few seconds. Tell me how much you love him right now.
Oh, I love him. I love him 0.178% of the time. That's his batting average.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I look at that. Yeah.
That's his. Yeah, 178. That's his batting average. You want to know what his OPS plus is? Which, for those of you that don't know, it's calculated for stadium and team and all that. 100 is league average. 57.
Like
57. 57. 100's league average. 57. And that's what I am.
So you're saying there's
he has a positive WAR. He has 0.1 WAR. B WAR. I think it's only because of defense. Because his defense. I will say he doesn't take his offensive troubles into the outfield. He's still an amazing defender. 13 solo bases are good, but when you've had 180 at bats and you've only got 32 hits,
yeah,
kind of rough.
You can't say the Orioles aren't giving him a chance for real.
Like, yeah, well, I think the problem is he's going to be one of those guys that it's hard to say goodbye to.
Yeah,
and that's one of the ones that, like, he was with us for the longest time when we were bad, but now we're good and he's bad. Like, it's kind of flip-flopped.
Yeah, you're just waiting for him to turn around. You're waiting for that week.
You're waiting for that week, but then the problem is, this is when I was talking about how Brian Roberts was on the broadcast, and he was talking about how when you're in these rough stretches like Cedric Mullins is, you don't look confident at the plate, and he was really going to depth. His swings are bad. It seems like he's always in 0-2 counts.
Yeah.
He's just, fastballs are getting to him, and he's looking silly on all-speed pitches. It's one of those things that you wonder, do we just keep him around for the defense?
Right.
Phantom IL? Does he get shoulder strain or something like that?
Yeah.
And just go for 10 days and take a break?
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, in his last 14 days, how many hits do you think he has?
14 days?
14
I think it's 3. Right?
It's 3.
Yeah.
How about his last 28 days?
3.
9.
9? Okay. I was just trying to, I was hoping it was different.
Let's also put it this way. In his last 13 games, or last 14 games, he has 3 hits. In his last 7, it's 2. So that was a week that he only had 1 hit.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think.
It hurts your heart a little bit because, like,
it's really.
We all love him.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's just, there's not much you can really do at this point.
Yeah. Moving on to a wishy-washy feeling. We're running out of time here, but let's run. The Orioles just unveiled their jersey patch deal with T. Rowe Price. So now we have a goat or a ram, whatever you want to call it, on the side of our jerseys. If you haven't seen it, it is. I'm sure I'll have it right. We have it right here. It is dark blue, like navy blue, and then a lighter blue. With a white ram or something on it. It's a ram, I think, or a goat or a mountain goat, something. And it says T. Rowe Price, and it's on that showed on our gray and orange jerseys. Looks a little odd, but I don't like it. But it is the way baseball, all sports is. Yeah. Another weird one, guys, is watch the NBA Finals right now. The Celtics have a Vistaprint, I think it is. And I'm sitting there going, people order enough on Vistaprint like to get the Celtics. So if you watch any NBA, guys, it's all in theirs. I'm just trying my best to pray that it stays off our helmets. That looks ridiculous.
Yeah. That's what, did you see the London series?
Yeah. So it's all on the side. That's ugly.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like you said, it was kind of inevitable. Sports have been working this way. Baseball, we're one of, I feel like, the few teams that didn't have any patches on their jersey. It's kind of just like a matter of time.
Yeah. You know what I'm hoping here? I'm hoping the deal. I don't know if the deal has been announced, like how much money. Yeah, I doubt that would ever be. But maybe it's maybe it's like $600 million.
Yeah.
And we'll put your name on our jerseys for the next decade for $600 million, And then
whatever Gunnar.
very next day, Gunnar Henderson signed for $600 million over the next decade.
That's what. Look, you could make it like the soccer jerseys where it's T. Rowe Price and there's no Orioles.
Yeah. Sign Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar and Adley.
Gunnar and Adley.
I'll take it.
All right, I guess we're
the T. Rowe Price Orioles.
That would be hilarious. But so
my one problem is, why did they have to pick blue?
yeah.
Could they not have made it black?
I wonder if that's their.
Well, even if that's their colors,
Why not be bad? Yeah, but
if they made it black with the white, like at least it would have gone with the jersey.
because for $600 million, you get what you want on it.
I guess that's. You know what?
Yeah.
If
Why couldn't it be like Cheetos?
Cheetos?
Because then it'd be run by
Fanta.
Yeah, that would be a good one, Fanta.
Yeah.
And they were branching out to. I just anyway.
You know what? At least they didn't change the stadium name.
Not yet.
That's all. Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure T. Rowe Price was what it was. The stadium.
Oh,
was
really?
Called. Yeah.
So you're not on our stadium, but you're on our jerseys.
I'd rather the jersey. Than
I
the
agree.
stadium.
I agree.
I don't want it to be T. Rowe Price Stadium at Camden Yards.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Guys, so before we sign off here, we're going to just run through the worst part of our podcast, and that's the next flipping few weeks of schedule. This is awful. Basically, so we, on Tuesday, from the 11th to the 13th, we play the Atlanta Braves. Luckily, they don't have a center fielder. That's terrible.
Acuna,
Ronald Acuna Jr.
He's not a center fielder.
Yeah,
He's
right fielder. And then so they're decent. They're good. They're a good ball club.
They're just okay, guys.
And then we play one of the best teams in baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies, over the weekend, which everybody has apparently sold Camden Yards out for the whole weekend. Great job, everybody. That's going to be a tough series. Luckily, it's at home and not at Philly, so thank God. And then next week, though, right after we get off of here on the 17th, we go to New York and play the Yankees. And then we play the Astros, who would have thought that would be a little easier of a schedule, because then we go to play the freaking Guardians, who's another one of the best teams in baseball. And I'm just sitting here. Oh, and then we finish the month with the team that swept us in the playoffs. It just, what a time.
Where if we don't just beat the Rangers so bad.
Yeah.
I need Grayson Rodriguez to go out there because he got bullied by them twice last year. No hitter.
Yeah. I did a calculation between the Phillies, Yankees, and the Braves. And they have all of accumulation of this year of 126 wins with 69 losses. And mainly that's because the Braves have lost a few more than everybody else.
Let's just remember 69 losses in a regular 162 game schedule. That's 90 plus wins still.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to do the math, but that's, even if the team's just 90 something at 69, that's a playoff team. They're 126 and 69.
Yeah. So let's go. So this is going to tell us, though. This is it.
Yeah.
This is going to tell us how we're going to
The
be.
one thing is, obviously our pitching staff's just terrible, like fourth and third in baseball. Well, Phillies and Yankees have top two ERAs in baseball, and the Braves are number 9. But the one thing I'm looking forward to is just not losing, hopefully. That's all I can hope for.
Let's put some serious, boys.
I mean, it's like, if we can get out of the stretch above 500, I think I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves are, who would have thought the Braves we're considering the easy one?
Yeah.
We're going to play the Braves, and then the Phillies, I think, are going to be tough. The Phillies series, I think everyone's saying the Dodgers, Yankees with World Series preview. I think this could be a World Series preview.
Yeah.
I need to win because I have too many friends that are Phillies fans.
Yeah.
I don't want to get bullied for that. And then we just need to beat the Yankees. That's the most important series.
Yeah.
We need to beat the Yankees.
Yeah. This podcast is going to drop on Tuesday, June 11th. So this is going to be the time where we realize how good we're going to be. We faced Max Fried in this game. He's 6-2 with a 2.93 ERA. Albert Suarez is starting for us. So everybody listen, Max Fried, one of the best pitchers in baseball, 6-2, 2.93 ERA. Albert Suarez, guess what? 2-0, 1.83 ERA.
He's the best pitcher in baseball.
The best pitcher in baseball. He may not ever lose. Cy Young, right there.
Cy Young. Yeah.
Bold prediction, everybody. Not kidding. No, we're kidding. Please don't comment on that.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
The Orioles top 5 Cy Young votes is going to be Albert Suarez, Corbin Burns.
We want to thank everybody for joining us on this week's Utah Street Banter podcast. Make sure, please like, comment, follow us on everything. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on X.
Go watch us on YouTube.
Watch us on YouTube, everybody. You'll see our beautiful smiles. And yeah, right. And but everybody, we can't thank you enough for all your support. Please, if you have any questions or any thing you want us to talk about in the next few podcasts, definitely reach us on that Facebook and Instagram on the Messenger tabs, and just let us know. We love to talk about it. We love to have a connection with you. And yeah, so thank you, everybody. We will see you next week. And until then, hopefully the Orioles have hopefully we have a lot of positive things to talk about, right?
Hopefully.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much.